Now, folks, this is not usually how things go. There I am. Brackets, and more brackets. And half of them, after last night, are blasted. They're not broken, they're not busted, they're blasted. Why? Thank you, Iowa Hawkeyes. Let's do this thing.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Damn it. Just been handed a note that Jackson Smith and Jigba has been extended by the Seahawks. Good for him. Good for him. He deserves it. And no, Mr. P, he will not be in my nightmares. Not anytime soon. Good morning and welcome to the Manic Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. Did anybody else lose their brackets over the weekend? I know a lot of people did, and it ain't for the reason that you think. Let's see. Kentucky suffers their worst loss in a long time. Fourth-seeded Kansas is gone. Third-seeded Virginia is gone. And there was something else. There was somebody. Oh, yeah. The defending national champion Florida Gators are no more. Thanks to a 3-point field goal with 3.5 seconds remaining, the Iowa Hawkeyes, yes, those Iowa Hawkeyes, take down the champs by 1, 73-72. Wow. And I watched that game live. And I saw the play as it was happening because I've seen it in person so many times. They get the ball in bounds, Iowa does. Their point guard races up the near sideline, and Florida does a horrible job of not covering the shooter. Alvaro Folgueras told Bennett Sturtz, who was the guard racing up the sideline, he'd be ready for the ball, and boy, did he deliver. He nailed a three with 4.5 seconds remaining. Bye-bye, Florida. The Gators got chomped 73-72, and this guy couldn't be happier because, and I know Playmaker is going to be hurt by this, but dear Florida, you forgot to cover the shooter. Oops. The droid is with me, and I don't know what the heck he's making, but it sounds like he's cutting something up. What are you doing, man?
Racing.
Racing?
Yeah, in a Toyota GR86.
You're not supposed to be racing. You're supposed to be talking hoops. What's wrong with you?
I don't want to talk hoops this morning.
Oh,
That was an embarrassment. That was just a total embarrassment. Bill Self, I don't even say he should be ashamed of himself. Darren Peterson should be out of shame of himself. You're relied on by your team and you come up short.
Speaking of Mr. Peterson, I believe these are the numbers you're referring to. 5 for 15 from the field. 5 for 15. He hit 3 3-point field goals. He was 8 for 10 from the foul line, and we're in the East region. And St. John's, the Big East champs, take down your Kansas Jayhawks, 67-65.
St. John's will upset Duke and meet with UConn in the Elite Eight. I'm calling it now.
Well, you're calling it earlier than I am, because I have so many people picking Duke to win the whole thing, and they're not going to win the whole thing. They're not going to win. They are not. Listen, I love the Boozer brothers. I do. I really do. But compared to some of these other teams that I've seen, in particular, my pick to win it all, the Arizona Wildcats, no, because Duke doesn't have a center. But back to this. Kansas finishes its season at 24-11. And I'll pose a question, Joy, that you posed last week. How the hell did they get a 4 seed?
We don't deserve it. We didn't win our conference. We weren't even top 5 in our conference. It's embarrassing. Actually, embarrassing isn't even the word to describe it, because embarrassing would actually be complimenting us, because at least we had something. It was atrocious.
St. John's finished 36% from the field, 25 of 69. They were 11 for 35 from 3-point land. Only 6 of 11 from the free throw line, but here's the biggest number of the game. Only 8 turnovers. Only 8 compared to 16 for Kansas. So St. John gets outworked on the boards. They get outshot in the game. But Kansas hits 6 less 3-point field goals.
No, that's not the thing you should be looking at. You should be looking at the turnovers.
I just mentioned it a moment ago. Kansas committed 16. St. John's only committed 8.
16 turnovers out of an 11 turnover team.
There's your difference. There's your difference in that game. We'll get back to Iowa and Florida after the break. But 16 turnovers.
But now that we see the Sweet 16 as it is, these are my picks.
Mm-hmm.
St. John's will upset Duke by 50.
No.
UConn will beat Michigan State, as they should.
Oh, they're going to crown Michigan State.
Iowa, bye-bye. Nebraska will beat them.
No, they won't.
Illinois will beat Houston by a 3-point shot in the waning seconds of the second half.
It'll take some extra time, but I can see Illinois beating Houston.
Arizona takes down Arkansas by 9.
Arizona will blow out Arkansas.
Texas will take down Purdue.
I can see that. And congrats to Texas. We'll get to them a little later. I can see that because
Michigan will beat Alabama.
I don't know about that one.
And Iowa State will beat Tennessee. It's Alabama in basketball. If this is football, I'd say Alabama.
No. Tell me who Alabama's playing again. You just said
Michigan.
Michigan. Okay. Okay, since you want to make calls, I'll make one of my own. Michigan goes down.
To Alabama. Michigan's 11-point favorites.
And they're going to blow it. We'll touch on that later. We're staying with this one in the East region. St. John's and Kansas. St. John's, the Redmen, I know they're the Red Storm, but the Redmen have come a very long way. And this highlights the point that Chris Dietz brought up last week before he went on vacation. St. John's wins the Big East regular season title, and they win the Big East tournament championship by beating the hell out of Connecticut, and they only get a 5 seed. So they get to stick their tongues out at Kansas. Dylan Mitchell going over the scoring totals. Zuby Ejiofor and Bryce Hopkins each had 18 for the St. John's Redmen. Ian Jackson finished with 10. And St. John's shot 36% from the field and got away with it. Darren Peterson, awful performance. 5 out of 15. And he finished somehow with 21 points to lead all scorers. Melvin Council Jr. had 15. Flory Badunga, I hope I said that right, finished with a dozen. But here's the difference for me. St. John's played more of their bench than Kansas did. Kansas only went 9 deep in this game last night. 9. They went 9 deep in this turn. Kansas only went 9 deep, and they got outworked.
Let me tell you something.
What? They got outworked.
So in the second half, we're only down by 2, and we have plenty of fouls to spare.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, even after using all those fouls to burn time, we lose.
Yep. Because they put the wrong people at the free throw line. They put the wrong people at the free throw line. But this has been since their last national championship, talking about Kansas in 2022, they've done nothing.
Dare I say this may be start to be the end of Bill Self.
I think this is it. I think he's out of there.
I don't think he's out of there now. I think he's still got another year on him.
I think he is gone now.
Because you can't kick out Bill Self when you got that 5-star recruit Taylor Kinney coming in. I can't see it.
Oh no. I can. I've seen colleges do it before.
Especially with how much royalty Bill Self is, we wouldn't want to see him on any other team.
No, the heck with that. And I'm thinking the way cynical athletic directors think. Kansas was one of the teams that some people picked to run the table, and they ran right smack dab into a brick wall called the St. John's Redmen. I hope you're right in saying this is not the end of Bill Self, but seeing how coaching trends have gone before, I believe Bill Self is gone. Recruit or no recruit, situation or no situation, I am inclined to think, and I think the same for Hubert Davis, and we'll get to them in a little bit. I think Bill, I'd
don't
love
you dare
to be
go compare
wrong
Hubert
on
Davis
because
to
I
Bill
love
Self.
Bill Self.
How many rings does Bill Self have compared to Hubert Davis?
I'm not comparing coaches. I am comparing situations.
Their situations are completely different.
Not here. Not here.
Absolutely, because Hubert Davis lost the 2022 national championships, no man. You can't compare that when Bill Self won the national championship.
I've said I'm not comparing the coaches, I'm comparing the situation. And again, as I said a moment ago, I'm thinking the way some athletic directors think at a blue blood school. I'm not comparing the coaches, I'm comparing the situations.
That's
the
what I'm
situation
saying. The situations are different.
No, they're not. Not after
How
this.
are they not different? Explain that to me.
How are they not different? It's pretty simple. North Carolina and Kansas were picked by a lot of people to go far in the tournament. North Carolina gets bounced in the first round, and then Kansas turns around and gets bounced in the second round to St. John's.
You know who picked those people to go far? Those teams to go far? Delusional people. That's not a good situation.
I know
that's not a reasonable situation. Firing.
You know it's not a good situation. I know it's not a good situation, but again, I said it a moment ago, I'm thinking the way that athletic directors, some cynical athletic directors think.
And neither are at Kansas or UNC.
I just think that
you're thinking like A&M directors, okay?
I'm thinking athletic direct. I'll say it again. Cynical athletic directors is how I'm thinking. I'm not thinking
A&M.
I'm not thinking the way that you and I think. I took a step out from that because I've seen this happen before. I've seen this happen before. Hubert Davis should never. I'll talk about Hubert Davis after the break. I think Bill Self, in my athletic director mind, is gone. And I also said I'd like to be wrong. I still think Bill Self, listen to me carefully. I still think Bill Self has at least 2 years remaining in him. I really do. He's a master recruiter. He's a hell of a coach. And yeah, he did something that Hubert Davis will never do. That's win a national championship. Hell,
twice.
They win 2 national championships. Thank you. 2006. And of course, 2022 in the Superdome. Man, I don't want to see Bill Self go. I want to see Hubert Davis kick to the damn curb. But again,
let me put this in NFL terms. Hubert Davis is Justin Fields. Bill Self is Patrick Mahomes.
Well, Damian did that for you. That's like comparing Mahomes' Chiefs to Justin Fields' Chiefs. And I think Damian still believes that Justin will start the whole season. I hope that to not be the case. Let's take a break. When y'all get back, more from March Madness, including an open letter and a snowman's take combined into one to the Virginia Cavaliers. Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, it sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Race car drivers change lanes very fast, but with no outside mirrors. How come they don't crash? Introducing Angel View, the new wide-angle mirror that reduces blind spots. Angel View simply snaps over your car's rear view mirror, giving you a 160-degree view behind you. Just look at the difference. Look, ordinary rear view mirrors are small and flat, but Angel View has a huge mirror with curved glass. This convex shape allows you to see both blind spots with one glance. And with our Pro Edition special coating, it's anti-glare at night. Get your Angel View now for just $19.99. But wait, Angel View may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Angel View is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-495-0761. That's 1-800-495-0761. Or visit getangelview.com. Order now.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text delete, 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 delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Owen, let's talk for a second.
Hi, Ellen. Come on in.
When you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
It'll come to you.
It won't.
We had a lot to learn about each other. A lot. Hey, looks good. Things were changing so quickly. We didn't know what the future would hold. Any of us. I just wish you felt more at home now. But we knew you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son.
Cause we take this job so serious.
Dear bronsexuals, you. Dear Facebook for allowing bronsexuals on. You. Dear ESPN for putting Braun. Dear ESPN for putting Braun on in 2003. You, and you.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
You know,
and of course
Brian,
that would be the sound that plays while I have Binks in my lap. What's up, Droid?
I look back at the things I've said about LeBron, and the people misunderstand what we talk about LeBron with.
Of course,
we're not saying he's a bad player. We're not saying that his legacy means nothing. No. It just doesn't chalk up to Michael Jordan's.
Droid, these are hello, Binks. These are bronsexuals we're talking about.
That's what they don't understand, sir.
And they never will and sir, they never will understand it. Why? Because they're no, I can't make that comparison here. They're delusional. Flat out.
It reminds me of this player from RLCS named Com. All talk, but never back it up.
All talk and no action. That's LeBron. And I got a scorching bronsexual confession, but that is Wednesday. As for this morning, 25 after the hour.
And I think it's about time we move to the women's tournament.
Not yet. Not yet. We still got a whole bunch to cover in the men's tournament, including this for Virginia.
Uh-oh.
Dear Virginia Cavaliers.
The Wonder Bread Choir?
You dogs. You bums. You fools. Somehow you get a 3 seed out of the ACC and you lay that big of a dodo egg against Tennessee An 11-loss team? Really?
Remember what Playmaker said?
You laid that big of an egg to Tennessee. Tennessee has reached its 4th straight Sweet 16. 4 in a row. They did it in Philadelphia. They were led by Jacoby Gillespie and Bishop Boswell. Don't you dare make that joke. They're roommates on the road, and they played like it. They were there for each other. They were there for their team. They were ready. And Tennessee hit 7 of 8 crucial free throws down the stretch, something Virginia could not do. I mean, Virginia couldn't throw it in the ocean the entire game. They trailed by 5 at the half, and they lose by 7. Virginia got close, very close.
Yep, McCarthy. I agree.
Very close. But then the curse of Tony Bennett happened. And since McCarthy is calling, and since Mr. McCarthy is calling for it, and you'll see Mr. McCarthy tomorrow to kick off the show, why not?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
You know, Gillespie scored 21. Boswell and Nate Ament both made critical free throws down the stretch. What are they called, ladies and gentlemen? Free throws. Virginia just kept giving them free points down the stretch, and Tennessee did what any team in the tournament would do. They took advantage of it. So after your national championship, somehow that happened in 2019, what have you done since then? I'll answer that for you. Nothing. What will you do beyond this point? I'll answer that for you. Nothing. This is Virginia. I'll say it the way I said it in 2019 when they won the whole darn thing. Who the hell expected the Virginia Cavaliers to do anything, to do anything in this NCAA tournament, in any NCAA tournament, save their national championship year in 2019? I'll answer that for you. Nobody, me included. Virginia Cavaliers. I mean, I'll go back to 2019. That was the only year, well, save 83 when I saw Ralph Sampson live, that I've ever seen the Virginia Cavaliers be a good basketball team. That's it, and that's all. Have they been anything since then? No. Will they? Give me this button. Will they ever be anything after this embarrassment? Bishop Bullwinkle, if you please.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
Nope. 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 And I repeat, nope. You allowed an 11-loss team, Virginia, to outwork you, outcoach you, and outsmart you. And they made something down the stretch that you couldn't throw in the ocean the entire game. What are they called? Free throws. Jeez Louise. Matter of fact, I'm taking a look at this. Tennessee went 19 of 25 from the free throw line. You know what Virginia did from the free throw line? You ready for this? 6 for 11. Let me say that again. Tennessee lived at the free throw line. They went 19 for 25. Virginia went 6 for 11. Tennessee had 8 more free throws made than Virginia had total free throws attempted. Sad, sad, sad. And that is why the ACC will never be a power basketball conference again. I submit to you the example of the North Carolina Tar Heels, and I submit to you now the example of the Virginia Cavaliers. And I close with this. Who the hell are the Virginia Cavaliers anyway? Besides their lucked up national championship, you know what the legacy of the Virginia Cavaliers is? Ralph Sampson. You didn't hear anything after Ralph Sampson until 2019, and you won't hear a doggone thing about him after 2019. You haven't, and you never will. So again, dear Virginia Cavaliers, ha 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 ha, nah 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 nah. That's Snowman's take. What's yours? Now I know someone else is that's going to laugh at the ACC with me, and there may be some gulp baseball talk involved. And yes, I'm saying that very sarcastically. Jay Spivey is with us this morning. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm laughing at the ACC just like you are.
Well, you've seen how I do it every year. I've been saying it for a long time, as long as you've known me.
Yep.
The conference, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But people can't see it around here. They all are ACC apologists around here.
It's like I said a moment ago when laughing at the Virginia Cavaliers and looking at that game yesterday against Tennessee. Tennessee made 19 free throws. Virginia attempted 11.
I pose this question. Who's the new addition with the ACC now kicked out, hexed from the Power Five? Who replaces them?
Who cares? I'll answer that for you. Who
They
cares?
have one team.
One. And speaking of blue bloods getting blasted, the Kentucky Wildcats got rocked by the Iowa State Cyclones. Let that sink in. The Iowa State Cyclones handed Kentucky the worst tournament loss that they've had in ages. They lost by 19. Talk about the team. Jay, talk about a team that couldn't throw in the ocean. Kentucky couldn't throw it in the ocean either.
This season, I don't know what. Kentucky's been like. I can't remember who it was, but I was watching the Sports Center after the games were on Saturday night. So this is a little after midnight probably. Right. And I can't remember who it was, but the guy they were talking about the games yesterday, and he said they were talking about upset watch, and he was talking about Kentucky could beat Iowa State, and I was like, no man in the history of college basketball is Kentucky beating Iowa State an upset.
Nope.
I don't care if Kentucky was the 16th seed and Iowa State was the number 1 seed, which it wasn't. But I'm just saying that for his example.
Yep.
Kentucky is like the bluest of blue blood college basketball teams. Mm-hmm. Never, ever, ever is that an upset. And I know it didn't transpire the way he thought it was going to yesterday. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But Kentucky beating them would not have been an upset. And then, like this whole season, I mean, other than a few games here and there, they've not played well.
They have been, what's the word we love to use, Jay, for certain teams? Inconsistent.
Yes, very.
They have been inconsistent, and we're inside of the box score of Kentucky and Iowa State in the Midwest region. And I love to go to two stats here. One, the free throws. Kentucky attempted, it's the same comparison that I made with Virginia a moment ago. Kentucky attempted 17 free throws. You know how many Iowa State made? 17.
That means you're not being aggressive enough. I like, even with the teams that have won over the weekend that are going to the Sweet 16, the game has changed so much for the worse, in my opinion.
They made
it's
it
just
long.
nothing but 3-pointers. I mean, nobody drives to the basket.
Combined.
And even if you
53
drive to the
combined
basket
in this
anymore,
game. They're kicking out.
It was
they're kicking out 3.
I believe it was Robbie Hummel the on CBS today. Well, one of whatever channel they were on at the given time said, you know, he drives the basket and kicks it out. He says, whether you like it or not, that's modern college basketball. Well,
it
so
is.
what? Then I looked over there, and I know they're not the only team doing this. I get this, but looked over at the end of the game yesterday, and Virginia called for referee review. Well, they showed us guys like, who is he? He was their director of analytics who called for this review. Well, you can't do that as a head coach or one of your 6 assistant coaches. You need an analytics director.
Analytics tracker. Go figure.
And I don't know what the guy makes in terms of salary, but people talk about all this and that in terms of, you know, the bottom line in these with these teams. But do you really need an analytics director? You can't see that for yourself.
It's what you said, Jay, and you've said it for the length of time that you've been on this show. Analytics needs to go.
I just don't understand it. And I know I hate to say that about Virginia because I'm sort of biased about Virginia anyway, at least with Virginia basketball, because I know Ryan Odom pretty well. I've known him since he was in high school. And I mean, I hate to say that, but I know he's not the only one who employs an analytics director, but I don't get it.
I don't get it either. 53 3-point field goal attempts between the two teams, between Kentucky and Iowa State yesterday. 53.
That's all it is. I mean, that's ridiculous. And I guarantee that wasn't the highest over the weekend. I guarantee that.
And I know it wasn't. I know there were a couple of games in the first round. The play-in that threw up this many threes. It's what I hate about basketball right now.
I think it was
Go ahead.
I think it was either Friday night or Saturday. I can't remember which day it was. I can't even remember which game it was. But that one team had 4 chances on one possession. Missed all 4 3-point attempts and did not score. I mean, you're lucky if you get 2 attempts per possession. They had 4 and shot nothing but 3-pointers.
They had 4. They did not. They did not go to the basket. Why are kids so adverse to driving to the basket and getting fouled?
Because these coaches and analytics guys, or even coaches who are analytics, who've gotten into analytics, not just analytics directors, they think a 3 is better than a 2. Even if you miss a bunch of 3s, it's better. Not necessarily that's the case.
It's not.
You can't tell me. I mean, yes, the players are definitely more athletic now, but that doesn't mean they're better players.
Right. And Victor said it best in the chat. Problem is everyone throws up 3s, but not everyone is skilled enough to make those 3s.
Well, shoot, the skill level, not again, athletic ability does not translate to skill level. I mean, I watch it now, and nobody ever calls a carry anymore. I mean, they carry the ball nonstop.
They don't. They not only do they carry
the ball, and every possession, everybody walks. Nobody calls it.
You read my mind. Because that was the first thing you and I had talked about. Someone asked me, how do we make basketball better? You start by getting rid of the Euro step.
Oh my god!
Because that is a travel all
I'm
day
sorry. It
long.
is. It is.
It's a trap. It is not a Euro step. It is not a good move to the basket. It's a straight up travel. When I got into basketball in 1980, I've never seen anyone do that move.
It's not even a Euro step anymore. If some people
It's
are
a
getting
straight up
4
travel.
steps. Some people are getting 4 steps. Forget 3.
And in the case of a couple games I saw over the weekend, some get 5 and nothing gets called.
Well, one thing I see a lot more now than I ever, and it never gets called. It's like if a player gets a ball like around the 3-point line or tries to set around the 3-point line, he shuffles the pivot foot, shifts his pivot foot. That's a walk.
That's a walk. That's a straight up walk.
Called.
And it never will get called again, unfortunately. You know, a lot of people want to say to me and to you, Jay, that's just the way modern basketball is. I ain't buying it.
Call it.
Why are they so afraid why are the referees so afraid to call it? You and I have seen it live. Okay, Jay, you and I have seen it live when I lived in North Carolina. All right? They don't even call it there.
They don't call it anywhere.
They don't call it anywhere.
Anywhere. And, you know, I'm a season ticket holder. I watch a lot of games on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these games are hard to watch. Because everyone wants to throw up 3-pointers.
Some of these games I can't watch because I'm looking at teams sagging on they're crowding the 3-point line. So you would think you'd have a wide open path to the basket. And when you get to the basket, why are you throwing it back outside into traffic?
Why is a 7-footer shooting a 3-pointer?
And Victor
you've heard me say this a number of times.
Say it again, please.
Steph Curry has changed basketball, and it's not his fault. It's not his fault. But everybody thinks they're Steph Curry, or a coach thinks their player is Steph Curry. Not everybody can shoot 3-pointers like he can.
What have I always said? And you've heard me say this. Droid has heard me say this. Everyone in the chat has heard me say this. Steph Curry did something that LeBron James will never do. He took an anomaly, which is the 3-point shot, and he turned it into a weapon.
Yes.
He took an anomaly and turned it into a weapon. And now everybody thinks they can throw up threes like Steph Curry and they all go down. Sorry, they don't. And we mentioned fundamentals earlier. I submit to you, Jay Spivey, the example of one James Harden.
Well, again,
he travels every
all
doggone time.
He
travels every doggone time he touches the ball. Every time. And now it's seeped into the college game, and it's seeped into
I see it at all levels. I see it at all levels.
Yep. I've seen it too, and I hate it. I see
it in high school. It's really seeped into high school now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sick Diggy poses a good question.
Here's Sick Diggy poses this question: why aren't the big men playing like traditional big men? What happened to the art of rebounding? It went away.
Everybody thinks 3-pointers.
Yep. Even the big
man.
I
see guys get within a couple feet of the basket and dish it out to a 3-point to a guy running the 3-point line. Why?
Ben Simmons, anybody?
I just don't get it.
I don't understand it either. I think the big men of today are too afraid to play with their back to the basket.
Well, that might be part of it, but again, everybody wants to shoot threes. They're not all Steph Curry.
That's the huge part. That's the huge part of it. See, Steph Curry worked at his game.
It still does.
It also helps when you have a sharpshooting dad named Dell Curry. He works on his game to present day. That's the difference. Everybody that has had a stake or an influence in the NBA worked on their game tirelessly. Do I need to go through the list? James Worthy, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with that patented skyhook, Larry Bird with his jump shooting, Magic Johnson with his passing, Hakeem Olajuwon. And Hakeem Olajuwon was known for what? His footwork.
Oh, he was great.
He was known for his footwork. That's because back then the players knew and obeyed the doggone rules, and the referees would call a travel every single dadgum time.
You mentioned LeBrick earlier. You mentioned LeBrick earlier. And I think Mr. James is a better player overall than Steph Curry. Don't get me wrong. But what has LeBron James done that's better than all these other players who think he's the best player ever?
I'll answer that for you, Jay.
He's not a transformational player.
I'll like I said, I'll answer that question for you, and you already know my answer. Not a dadgum thing. Nothing.
Steph Curry's made everybody shoot threes, but again, that's not his fault.
No.
What has LeBron James done that makes everybody better? Aside from his being, you just look at him. He's a physical specimen. Still is at his age. Still is at his age. That doesn't make him the best player ever.
And never will make him the best.
And I hear all these. I have a friend who tells me 50 times a day that he's the best player ever, and he told me this yesterday, and I about fell on the floor. He's a school teacher, and he tells his school kids that LeBron James is the best player ever. That's what you're teaching your kids?
My next 4 words are, who told this lie?
Yeah.
I saw him listen, anybody who knows me or knows of me has heard me say this in the 12 seasons I've done this show. LeBron James is a product of ESPN shoving him down our throats and up our you-know-wheres for 23 seasons, period.
Well, he really goes back longer than that when he was in high school.
Yep. So when have you ever
seen high school games that were regularly on TV?
The only way I've seen it was locally. High school games were on, and that was when I watched Simeon Career Academy back in Chicago with Nick Anderson. Later on, Derrick Rose, and Derrick Rose was the closest I've ever seen to getting national coverage. I mean, even LeBron got more national coverage than Derrick Rose, and Derrick Rose is a better player.
Every one of his games at St. Mary's were on TV.
Yep, for 2 years now. Not just 1 year, but 2
Every one of them.
ESPN cleared a path for him to get to the NBA because every one of his final 2 seasons at St. Mary's, every one of those games was televised. And he had 3 players that were better than him on the doggone team.
I'm not saying he's not a great player. He's in the top 5 or 6 ever. But he's not number 1. He's not.
He has not done anything to transform.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan is the best basketball player ever. I don't care what these idiots think. He's the best player ever. Now, Jordan changed not only basketball and the way it's played, he completely changed culture and still does by that sheet.
To this day.
Okay, so y'all have always been talking about Michael Jordan, both you and Spivey. But as somebody who wasn't able to grow up watching him, who wasn't able to even see him play,
and I playfully say
shame, and also to the people who are watching, who I know weren't able to see him play, describe. I want both of you to have 30 seconds to describe Michael Jordan's play style to the young people like me, so we get a better understanding.
I'm not trying to put you down, so don't take this the wrong way. All the young people, from whatever age to whatever age, whatever age range you want to pick, take your pick.
Right.
All these young people want to watch YouTube and TikTok and everything else. Go watch. Take 15 minutes out of your day and watch Michael Jordan play.
I'll give you a 2-word.
I beg that of you.
I'll give you a 2-word answer, Droid. Described describe the king of basketball in 2 words: fundamentally sound. Whatever they
That was his first name.
perceived, that was my next statement. Whatever they perceived as his weakness, by the time Michael retired, became his strength.
And
When he
Snowman,
was-
let's not forget. I know the TV landscape has changed. I get that.
Mhm.
But pretty much every game the Bulls played was an event.
Yes, it was.
The Lakers, whatever 50 teams that LeBron's played on, they're not an event.
They're not an event. When the Bulls drafted Michael Jordan in 1984, they were barely averaging 11,000 per game at Chicago Stadium. And part of that came through a miraculous run to the playoffs where they ran smack dab into the Boston Celtics in 1981. Also, part of that goes back to when they won the Midwest Division. Yes, they were in the Western Conference in 1975. But if you want to describe Michael Jordan, one sentence I can use, one phrase I can use is fundamentally sound. A word I can use is transformational. Simply the best. Because he took that Bulls franchise on his shoulders from the depths of despair to having their introductions, their team introductions, be an event.
Yes. Ray Clay,
Tommy Edwards before him, because Tommy retired, then Ray Clay took his spot. Ray Clay really popularized from North Carolina with his voice and the way and the way that he did it. The first time I ever saw a spotlight introduction came in the World Championship Series, and yes, I still call it that, between the Lakers and Philadelphia in 1982. And they only did it once for television on CBS. Only once. Michael Jordan had the Bulls turning off the house lights, turning on the spotlights. You know, when that music hits, it's time to play.
Well, like you kind of mentioned there, that was fairly new technology back then, too.
Yeah.
Now it's pretty much commonplace.
It's commonplace. It's commonplace. I'll say it again. The first time I've ever seen the house lights turned off was 82 at the Spectrum in Philadelphia when the Lakers and Sixers both got introduced. And it wasn't even the PA announcer, Dave Zinkoff, who introduced them. It was Dick Stockton who introduced both teams.
And a little off track from Michael Jordan. Remember this about Steph Curry. Only recently did he get contacts for a vision impairment. He's had his whole career, which means Steph Curry has been shooting at the basket like that looked like the rim.
Yeah.
And the greatest thing is he not only has one 50, 40, 90 season, he's got 3 of them. 3 of them in 17 years. And I've had so many people ask me, being from Chicago and seeing the rise of Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls from the depths all the way to 6 world championships. Do you know how hard it is to put Michael Jordan in one sentence? The best I can say is what Kenny Smith said hundreds of times before. Fundamentally sound. Whatever they perceived as Michael Jordan's weakness was his strength when he retired. Because when he came into the league, he was a dunking machine. What couldn't he do? He couldn't shoot the basketball. Not effectively. Not effectively.
And I know they had the 3-point line when Jordan was playing, but he rarely shot 3-pointers.
He didn't need to.
Now he probably score even more points.
I was floored by this stat from Cole Johnson.
Yes,
when he gave this to me a couple of years ago. In 1987, MJ averaged 37.1 points per game. You know how many 3-point field goals he attempted in 82 games? A dozen.
He rarely did it back then.
He didn't need to. Because by the time he returned from his significant injury, which was his broken foot, by the time he returned from his injury, every part of his game got better. His jump shot, his post game. You were not. There were the 2 most impossible shots to stop: the sky hook from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Michael Jordan's fadeaway. You weren't blocking that.
And he played every game too.
Thank you for saying that. How can you say that LeBron James is the greatest player ever when on only one occasion he's played all 82 games?
It's not just him.
One.
When is anybody even close to come close to that anymore? Other than the year Jordan broke his foot.
That's it.
You could pretty much pencil him in for 80 to 82 a year.
That's it. That's it. Only one other time, and I want to say it was 1992, that he did not play at least 80 games because he was suspended for a couple of them after a very tense argument in Utah. That's all. If you're scheduled to play, you need to play, period. If you're injured, I can understand that. And some people will say, well, some players get ill now. I understand that too. But I say unto you, the flu game.
Yeah.
June 11th, 1997. How's that for an example?
Well,
we're up against the break. Jay Spivey joining us here on the program as he does every Monday. Go ahead.
I hate to be that. I'll say
Go ahead,
real
Jay.
quickly. I hate to be that guy, but I'm one of those who believes he was suspended for a year and a half when he was playing baseball.
You know what?
I don't think we'll ever find out if
I
that's true or not, but I believe he was suspended for a year and a half.
You won't. Oh, one more note before you get out of here. You know, regular season baseball starts this week.
Oh, I can't wait. Wednesday night it starts up. Wednesday night.
Yep.
On Netflix of all places.
On Netflix of all places.
Netflix.
You and I, Jay, and we're going to keep mentioning this because it's fun and it throws the middle finger at him. We're told by a certain person when you and I first got together on the air not to talk baseball. What's the first thing we talked about when we got together?
Baseball.
Baseball's
great. Baseball's great.
I mean, folks, this producer who was producing my show when I lived in North Carolina said his audience doesn't like baseball. That's a lie. That's a lie.
That's bull. It's just that he doesn't like baseball. He doesn't
like baseball. I can guarantee you that the audience that I had in North Carolina loves baseball, and I can prove it with this sentence. You know the team in proximity that everybody was talking about to me, and Jay did it also? The Atlanta Braves.
Everybody does.
Oh, I was thinking of East Carolina.
The Atlanta Braves. And the day we found the day that Jay and I paid tribute to Henry Aaron, we were on together for an hour talking about baseball.
Well, don't forget don't forget he was on earlier that day. I think I was on twice with him that day. One with you, one with him.
Yeah.
Back when he actually had me on.
Oh, the
he had a group of panelists on there, including myself.
Yep.
And he said, well, I guess we better talk about baseball since Hank Aaron died.
That right
It was
there.
like that was the only reason he talked about it.
That right there pisses me off. Because there was no homage paid to Henry Aaron by him. Not in a true sense. Not the way Jay and I did. Not the way every other guest that came on that particular week paid homage to Hank Aaron.
And he didn't know what he was talking about Hank Aaron. He was throwing stuff in and out, but that doesn't mean you know what you're talking about.
He was throwing stuff at the wall, hoping it'll stick. That's it, and that's all. All right, I'm getting yelled at by Jody. We better get out of here and go to a break. Jay Spivey joins us every Monday. A delight as always, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you.
But he talks about baseball.
Bitch, are you for real?
I couldn't help it.
Rest in peace to NHL.com reporter Jesse Pierce, NHL.com reporter for the Minnesota Wild. She tragically passed away in a house fire overnight on Saturday with her 3 children.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Fly high,
That's
Jesse.
okay.
The entire NHL community and hockey community loves you and
we hear
appreciates
it-
everything you've done.
And we here at Snowman in the Morning appreciate you very, very much. Let's make them all smile. Second hour after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with CHOMPED Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got, game-winning interception, first down, just a nice solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, it sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Race car drivers change lanes very fast, but with no outside mirrors. How come they don't crash? Introducing Angel View, the new wide-angle mirror that reduces blind spots. Angel View simply snaps over your car's rear view mirror, giving you a 160-degree view behind you. Just look at the difference. Look, ordinary rear view mirrors are small and flat, but Angel View has a huge mirror with curved glass. This convex shape allows you to see both blind spots with one glance. And with our Pro Edition special coating, it's anti-glare at night. Get your Angel View now for just $19.99. But wait, Angel View may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Angel View is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-495-0761. That's 1-800-495-0761. Or visit GetAngelView.com. Order now.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
What are we doing?
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Great Chris Dietz. He's on vacation this week. He will be back with us. I believe he'll be back with us on Monday. We'll get to your viewer comments, but first, got to take care of a little business because we owe you an ID. This is Snowman in the Morning.
You're listening to WQVZ, 1700 AM Mission Radio.
From the Snowman Multimedia Studios, this is Snowman in the Morning. Broadcasting live across the country and streaming worldwide. Heard on our incredible family of affiliate stations from the South to the Midwest to the Carolinas and beyond. If you're listening on one of our partner stations, we see you, we appreciate you, and we're just getting started. Where the hottest of hot takes meet the coldest of cold hard facts. For fans, by fans, all heart, all action. This is Snowman Multimedia.
Bongo Simpson, Caleb Williams.
Are you kidding me? Oh, hell no!
What in the all types of blue hell?
I know that's too long, but I had fun putting that one together. Brandon Keeler broke our chat open this morning with the Good Morning Vietnam. Of course, that's where I borrowed my greeting. That's where I borrowed my greeting from. He says, "How's it, Snowman? I'm doing great. I hope you are healing very well from your surgery, my friend. We appreciate you." He says about Kansas because it's a name. That's why they got the 4th seed. I agree with that. Ryan McCarthy says, "Good morning, Snow Crew." Reporter Jesse, he talked about reporter Jesse Pierce and her passing away, perished in a house fire overnight. To the family of Jesse Pierce, we love you and we appreciate you, and we're going to try to keep you smiling through this horrible, horrible time. Brandon Keeler has a message for you, Droid. He says, "Get out of here with that 50-point blowout over Duke." He also couples it with Texas is the darlings of the NCAA, which they are right now, from the play-in to the Sweet 16. They could go from the first 4 to the Elite 8, which prompts a trivia question. Who's the first team in men's basketball history since the expansion to 68 to go from the first 4 to the final 4? Give you the answer after our next break. Damian Hernandez, of course, our resident troll, and Damian, of course, I mean that very kiddingly. So he says that's like comparing Patrick Mahomes' Chiefs to Justin Fields' Chiefs, and I'm going to tease Droid here in a minute. McCarthy says, speaking of regionals, did Droid see who's coming to Albany in the NCAA men's hockey tournament? Top overall seed Michigan, Minnesota, Duluth, Bentley, and Penn State, who has consensus number 1 prospect Gavin McKenna. I've seen Gavin McKenna play. The kid can play. He says, Pizzle is with us. Morning, Pizzle. Says, it's not Wednesday. I know it's not Wednesday, but I may have something in the till after the break. He says, go Vols. And Victor says, what you got against Virginia? Victor, I have nothing against Virginia, and I got nothing against them being the Cavaliers. I have everything against the team that is so hyped and does nothing. That's my beef. Virginia was so hyped. They were so hyped, and then they got smacked in the mouth and kicked in the ass. Like they should be. McCarthy gave us the cue for Bishop Bullwinkle. Sick Diggy is with us from Norway, so we are internationally syndicated. He says, good morning and happy Monday, Ryan McCarthy. How's the coffee? He greets Victor Locke. And Victor says, now I see what Snowman has against Virginia. They call the Cavaliers just too close to Cleveland. You would make that joke, wouldn't you? Like I said, Victor, my beef with Virginia is this. Since 2019, they have always been hyped up to be a team that can win a second national championship. What have they done since 2019? I'll answer that question. Nothing. What will they do? You heard Jay say it. Nothing. The ACC is terrible in 2 sports. That should tell you everything you need to know. Diggy greets hey Pizzle. Victor does the same too. Sig Diggy, and Damien's at it again. Sig adds, now that's dismal free throw shooting. Yeah, it is. That's the one stat that I noticed in this year's tournament on both sides, men and women, is the disparity, disparaging free throws. When you attempt 11 free throws and the other team makes 17 of them, you're going to lose. Just ask the Virginia Cavaliers. Damien says, expecting Virginia to do anything in college sports is like expecting the New York Knicks to make a deep run for the NBA Finals. Yeah, they were supposed to do that last year, and they ran into my beloved Indiana Pacers. Nah. Victor says, Chapel Bill now. I have that sound too. I haven't used it in a while. I might use it here in the next couple of minutes. If I can find the darn thing. Droid, why have you been in my truck?
I haven't.
Yes, you have.
Daryl was in your truck, not me.
You were in my truck.
I wasn't in your truck. Daryl was in your truck.
Well, you stay the heck out of my truck. Victor says, gonna hate on Virginia just because they call the Cavs. That's sad. No, that's not the case. And I know this is gonna be a running joke now, so I'll go with it. It's nice to have Jerry McNamara at Siena for 2 seasons. Now he's on his way back to the Qs. Jerry McNamara is the new coach at Syracuse. Congrats to Jerry McNamara, who played under the legendary Jim Boeheim. And I agree, Ryan. They should go back to the Big East. That's where Syracuse basketball was born. That's where Syracuse basketball was bred. That's how it should be. They should be in the Big East, period. Victor Locke says, oh, I forgot another comment from Ryan McCarthy. He says, Analytics Tractor. I saw them at Lollapalooza in 1999. I said it wrong. He said, I think Jay said Analytics Director. I goofed that up. I'm so sorry about that. Victor says, problem is everyone's throwing up threes, but not everyone is skilled enough to shoot threes. We had that discussion when Jay Spivey was here. Daryl, get out of my truck. Ryan McCarthy says, you said a naughty word, fundamentals. Yeah, it's a naughty word for a lot of modern basketball players who don't have them. Victor also says, look at James Harden. He would get 7 steps, sometimes 8. He definitely would get 8 against the Golden State Warriors since he can't beat them. As you would say, Snowman, Victor says, who's in charge? Ain't that the truth? Arku is with us for the first time in a while. It says Steph Curry is the best 3-point shooter I ever seen. You get no argument from me. Sig Diggy says, here's a question. Why aren't men playing like traditional big men? I'll tell you why. The 3-point field goal line. That's easy. Every kid think, Ryan McCarthy says, every kid think they can do the corner 3 meme from Family Guy now, and they can't shoot worth a darn. I'm a big man. I'm not going to spend my time on the 3-point line. I'm going to spend my time in the post doing what I do best, beat people up and grab every rebound that I can. Sick Diggy says James Harden has traveled so much that his passport has multiple exit and re-entry visas. Yeah, that's every time he tries to get into the lane. McCarthy again, kicking out for a 3 when you can get an easy 2 is like not kicking a field goal and going for it on 4th and goal. Take the easy points. I would make a Jets joke about that, but I have to tape with McCarthy a little later, and I don't want him yelling at me. As someone, Victor says, who used to be a shooter, you work inside out. Absolutely. All the best teams worked inside out. I mentioned the Pacers. Who'd they dump the ball to? Rick Smits. Who was waiting for a pass out within the offense? You know him well. Reggie Miller. Just because you've been around the longest does not mean you're the greatest. Absolutely. And something just came across my desk, and y'all are not going to like me for what I'm going to do next. The players of today, says Sick Diggy, are too focused on being the highlight reel on Sports Center. Victor, how many times have you said that? How many times have you said that? Sports history ought to be a requirement in gym class. It was for us. When I was going through gym class, it was for us. Victor says also the four-letter network puts threes on their highlight reel. So what do you think the young boys are going to do? True. Sick Diggy says Steph Curry is a 6'3" point guard. His game is based on his size and skill set, not just his jumpers and three-point shot, but his command of the offense and leadership on and off the court. Let me read that one again. Steph is a 6'3" point guard. His game is based on his size and his skill set, not just his jumpers and three-point shot, which is what everybody assumes that's all Steph can do. Have you seen his left-hand dribble? Have you seen his left-hand dribble? Then, of course, our conversation about one Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Arku says, I don't care about LeBron. Don't forget Hakeem's fadeaway, says McCarthy. The dream shake or the nightmare shake, according to David Robinson. The mid-range jumper is indeed a lost art. MJ had to play those big games. MJ wanted to play. RQ, let me correct your sentence. MJ wanted to play those big games. If it was the regular season, MJ wouldn't have played. McCarthy says, I will play everywhere because people are paying their hard-earned money to see me play. LeBron, ew, Charlotte. That is just about the size of it. That's about the size of it. He says, ooh, that reminds me, I can renew my free MLB.TV subscription tomorrow. I want a free subscription, dag nabbit. How can I, Ryan, how can I do that? How can I get a free subscription to MLB.TV? Because I want to watch a lot of baseball this year. MJ was playing against space aliens alongside Bugs Bunny and the Toons. I remember the first day I went to see that movie live. Liam Story is with us, says hi. I too, Sick Diggy, love Space Jam. I love Space Jam. Space Jam 2 sucked. And Space Jam 2 sucked because of you know who. Diggy says, to Chris Deeds' point, I respect the person who admit that they don't know what they are doing or thinking that they matter. Absolutely. Just watched, McCarthy says, just watched a new Mr. Pibb commercial featuring Scottie Pippen. It's pretty funny. I saw that commercial. Scottie Pippen, another legend of the game. I've mentioned how to have to make the joke here. Somebody has nothing against. All right, Victor, you talk me into it. I'll help you make it. Somebody has nothing against the Cavaliers.
That's a lie.
Try it again. Snowman has nothing against the Virginia Cavaliers.
That's a lie.
To complete the triple play, Snowman has nothing against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Y'all already know.
That's a lie.
Thank you, Cole Johnson, for that soundbite. I'll have some musings about free throws and three-pointers, says Victor Locke. Are you both sure that Shorzy wasn't in the truck? Man, Shorzy, I will tie Shorzy to the top of the truck. He ain't getting in here. Damien has a question. Why are there GMs in college sports? I have no bleeping idea, Damien. And I'm being as honest as I can. I have no bleeping idea why there are GMs in college sports. Andrew Luck, anybody? Napoleon repeats my line. Reggie Miller, bleep, yeah. Yep. That happened live on the air. Lions joke is better for the 4th and goal joke. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Difference between MJ and LBJ is that MJ made the All-Star game watchable while LBJ killed the All-Star game. Agreed there. You'll need a T-Mobile subscription to get MLB.TV for free, Snowman. Does that apply to home internet devices also, or is that just for the phone? Because I want to try to take advantage of that. And before Damien makes a Jets joke, I got 2 words for him. Double doink. And McCarthy provides an answer. There are GMs in college sports because of NIL, which is out of control. Last couple comments. Watch your language, Napoleon Dynamite. We keep it clean here. Yeah, sick. I was the one who delivered the Reggie Miller line, in case you didn't see it in the intro. Reminds me of the greatest April Fool's joke I played on Snowman, telling him about Space Jam 2 a few years before it was actually made. He wanted to beat me senseless. I did. That was a joke. That was supposed to be a joke and a joke only. And they actually wound up making the darn thing. Why?
Where's Victor's royalties?
Just why? Shorzy, you get away from my truck or I'll bang you into the boards.
Spell his name right and he'll get it out of the truck.
He did.
He didn't. That's not how you spell Shorzy.
Well, it's how I'm keeping him out of the truck. Let's take a break. But before we go to a break, our feedback zone, which will include a text line, I think, beginning Wednesday. So we'll have a text line and, of course, your comments in the chat on the YouTube side. All that is feedback, and our feedback zone is presented by Fanatics, officially licensed everything. Now we'll go to a break. I gotta pin Shorzy to the top of the truck and duct tape him. Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, it sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Cause we take this job so serious.
Get me the out of here, please.
Hey! There it is. Damn it!
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Napoleon, who the hell is Dr. Squatch? 27 after the hour here on Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. Women's basketball is next on the docket, but let's give you a short idea as we're at the bottom of the hour.
Broadcasting live in your region, across your nation, and around the world. This is Snowman Multimedia Sports.
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays.
Jarrell Jones has no brains. His football acumen is the same capacity as Gun Run's moral capacity. Now get out of my face, you dehydrated bitches.
You literally made an all Victor Lock ID.
Oh, I got one for the dog too, and it sounds like this.
Broadcasting live in your region, across our nation, and around the world. This is Snowman Multimedia.
Hemorrhoid. Lebron. Hemorrhoid.
Now get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
I'm on Alarm Island. Give me them cocks.
Thank you. I retire.
I had fun with that one. All right, now time for excuse me, something I was supposed to do over the course of the weekend, but couldn't because of equipment. I'll do it here. It's now time for the Snowman Multimedia Sports Network Women's Hoops Report as we recap the first couple of days in the women's tournament. Well, the winners in the dadgummit, the winners in the first round in Regional 1, which heads to Fort Worth, Texas, were UConn and Syracuse. They play tonight in round 2. Maryland and North Carolina. North Carolina won, so they're on to the Sweet 16, and they will more than likely face UConn. We'll keep you updated. Notre Dame beat Fairfield by 19. They'll face third-seeded Ohio State. That's today at 4 p.m. We will keep our eye on that one. Illinois beat Colorado by 9, 66-57. They'll get Michaela Blakes and Vanderbilt tonight at 7 p.m. Dadgummit, bracket moved. Quit moving my bracket. Dadgummit. All right. Regional 2 goes to Sacramento. UCLA crowns California Baptist. They'll get Oklahoma State tonight. That's at 10 p.m. because Oklahoma State beat up Princeton. Ole Miss beats Gonzaga 81-66. Minnesota is next for them, and Minnesota wins at the gun 65-63 was the final there after Minnesota beat Green Bay by 17. Bottom of the bracket, Baylor beats Nebraska 67-62, but unfortunately they run into a very underrated player in Toby Fournier, and Duke crowns Baylor at Cameron Indoor Stadium, which means my buddy Chris Edwards is dancing on top of the roof, and I hope to get him on this week before he heads to Sacramento. LSU hangs 101 on Texas Tech, and it's Duke and LSU in Sacktown this Friday. I'm sick of this thing moving. To Regional 3 in Fort Worth, it's all about the Texas Longhorns. They beat up Missouri State 87-45, and then they smacked Oregon, who beat Virginia Tech by a final of 100-58. Madison Booker had 40 in that game. Kentucky beat James Madison 71-56. They'll face Press Virginia, aka West Virginia, who beat Miami by 28. Miami of Ohio, that is. So it's Kentucky and West Virginia today at 5 p.m. And I might have to put the headset on for that. Winner of that gets Texas in Sacramento. Bottom of the bracket, Alabama beat Rhode Island by 13 to start their tournament run. They will face Louisville tonight after Louisville beat the Vermont Catamounts by 20. North Carolina State beat Tennessee in a game that we did, 76-61. They faced off against Michigan, and Olivia Olson was just too much. She hung 27 on them. And Michigan beats North Carolina State 92-63. They await the winner of Alabama and Louisville in Fort Worth, Texas. Now to this thing keeps moving on me. Quit. Now to the was that it? Was that region 4 I did? Doing this on the fly, folks. That's region 3 in Fort Worth. Oh, region 4 is over here on my left side. All right, here's region 4 in Sacramento. It's all about the Gamecocks of South Carolina. As Ali said correctly, they're playing with a big fat chip on their shoulder as they blew out Southern University Gulp 103-34. That was on Friday. Oh, that was on Saturday. Beg your pardon. Tonight, they'll face the USC Trojans, who beat Clemson in overtime, 71-67. So it's USC and South Carolina. That's 8 o'clock tonight. Winner of that game will face Oklahoma in Sacramento, California, as Oklahoma beat Michigan State by 6, 77-71. After Michigan State survived Colorado State, and Oklahoma smacked around Idaho. Bottom of the bracket goes like this. Washington beats South Dakota State 72-54. And in an overtime thriller, Olivia Miles, our inaugural player of the first round, sent TCU to a victory over Washington that took 5 extra minutes. That final 62-59. And one semifinal is set. Virginia upset Georgia in overtime, 82-73. Iowa beat Fairleigh Dickinson 58-48. So it's 10th seeded Virginia taking on number 2 seed Iowa in Sacramento, California. That is your women's hoops. That's your Snowman Multimedia Sports Network women's hoops report. We'll get into more detail tonight when we wrap up the second round and get everybody ready for the Sweet 16. Due for a break. When y'all get back, I might have a little something cooking. Back in a minute.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, it sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Race car drivers change lanes very fast, but with no outside mirrors. How come they don't crash? Introducing Angel View, the new wide-angle mirror that reduces blind spots. Angel View simply snaps over your car's rear view mirror, giving you a 160-degree view behind you. Just look at the difference. Look, ordinary rear view mirrors are small and flat, but Angel View has a huge mirror with curved glass. This convex shape allows you to see both blind spots with one glance. And with our Pro Edition special coating, it's anti-glare at night. Get your Angel View now for just $19.99. But wait, Angel View may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Angel View is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-495-0761. That's 1-800-495-0761. Or visit getangelview.com. Order now.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text delete, 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 delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Owen, let's talk for a second.
Hi, Ellen. Come on in.
When you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
It'll come to you.
It won't.
We had a lot to learn about each other. A lot. Hey, looks good. Things were changing so quickly. We didn't know what the future would hold. Any of us. I just wish he felt more at home now. But we knew you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son.
Cause we take this job so serious.
Dear bronsexuals, you. Dear Facebook for allowing bronsexuals on. You. Dear ESPN for putting Braun. Dear ESPN for putting Braun on in 2003. You, and you.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Nine after the hour, and Droid, I got a question for you.
What?
Which team in the women's tournament has surprised you so far? Don't what me? Why none of them?
One, because it's basically everybody who I expected to win.
Not even. Oh God, not even Virginia, because they pulled the only upset so far.
I expected Virginia to win.
Yeah, even though I picked wrong on that on that game. Can anybody beat UConn?
No. Is that
No
even a
question. No, let me. I'm gonna change it. Will anybody beat UConn?
Maybe South Carolina, but that's pretty much it.
I don't think even South Carolina can beat them.
Vanderbilt will be their first big test, though.
I don't think South Carolina can beat UConn. Vanderbilt's going to give UConn hell because they love to turn on the pressure just as much as UConn does.
The thing I need to stop in women's basketball is, and the thing I need to stop in men's basketball is 3-pointers. Like, please stop taking a 3-pointer when you can't even shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I see all these girls get wide open for 3 and they brick it or airball it. Either get into the gym and start working on it or don't shoot it at all.
Agreed. Damien says if Florida got knocked out, then UConn could get knocked out. Not on the women's side. UConn's doing the knocking out, and they get Syracuse this evening. And we'll be putting our ears to that.
Mm.
All right, let's talk a little baseball. How do your Royals look?
Terrible.
Oh, come on, man. The season hasn't even started yet.
We are going to finish 4th, just in front of the Chicago White Sox.
I agree with that. You know the most ridiculous thing I've read so
What?
far in the reviews? I can't believe I'm going to say this aloud. They expect the White Sox to compete for a wild card this year. Two
Nope.
previews did that. 2 previews I read. Well, I'm going to be covering them this year, and I will gladly change my mind if I see otherwise.
What's the division? It's the Royals, the White Sox, the Guardians, the Twins, and
the Tigers.
Yeah, nobody's beating Detroit right now in that little division.
Yeah, they are. Detroit will not make it. I love you, Tariq Skubal, but no. Because last year, Detroit should have run away with the Central Division, and they didn't. They choked it away. They'll do it again. Who do you think?
Even if the Royals do make the playoffs, which they
Why
will,
are you yawning in my ear?
because I have lost
How long
all
have
my
you been-
energy. The caffeine has wore off of me.
Oh, no. How early did you have your caffeine?
Actually, less than like 2 hours ago.
You know something? You told me, I think it was last year, to get all my caffeine in early in the day. I think it was, did you not say like before noon to have
Get
all my caffeine?
all your caffeine consumption done as late as 4 p.m.
4
and
p.m.
as early as noon.
Why that 4-hour window?
You want to be able to go to bed at night, and caffeine usually lasts around 3 to 4 hours.
Ah, okay.
And can last up to, depending on the milligram, if to say you've had 3 cups of coffee, well, you're going to be up until, let's say you get your last cup of coffee at around 6 o'clock. You're going to be up until midnight.
Oh, jeez. So all those jumbo cups of coffee I used to drink, that was what was, and I know the
Keeping
answer.
you up, yes.
Yes. Yes.
That's exactly what was keeping you up. And there are alternative caffeine sources. Like I've tried all the caffeine powder you can think of, and only one satisfied me.
And that is
Gamer Subs.
what's that?
It's a little energy drink company. Every scoop is about 100 milligrams of caffeine with no sugar. It's keto friendly.
What's it called? What's it called again?
Gamer Subs. GAMERSUPPS.
Got it. Okay.
Damien, I will
I don't want to be
smack
up all
you.
night anymore. I'm too old for this. Bet Droid put milk in the coffee.
I don't put milk in my coffee, okay? I put half and half.
Oh, you use half and half.
Yes.
I will tell you what killed me. You know what killed me and killed off my coffee consumption? I used to sweeten the hell out of it.
Don't
and
do
not
that.
with sugar either.
Not
not anymore.
used to drink 7 Brew every morning, and I would get the sweetest thing on the menu.
Really?
I don't go to
What would-
7
what would
Brew anymore.
that be?
It was a smooth 7, which is a white chocolate with toasted marshmallow flavoring.
Oh, you don't?
It was iced too. I always did ice.
Wait, what? I didn't. You would get what?
A smooth 7, which was white chocolate. I did toasted marshmallow flavoring, chocolate syrup, and then
Oh boy.
I don't remember what else. Oh yeah, whipped cream too.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That is sugar on top of sugar on top of sugar.
And I don't order that anymore. I just make coffee at home, keep it hot, just 2 tablespoons of sugar, and that's it. And some half and half as well, but
you know all the weird concoctions I would have in my coffee. Because I would tell y'all what they would be here on the show. I had 1 cup during the holiday that was chocolate caramel peppermint mocha.
those are 3. There's 2 things there that go together, and the last one does not go together.
It did that morning.
Peppermint does not go with chocolate or caramel.
It did that morning, and it worked. It worked. I only
And by
had
the
it
way,
twice.
technically you said chocolate twice because you said chocolate caramel, peppermint mocha. Mocha is chocolate.
Well, I combined the 2 of them. I very mistakenly combined the 2. What the hell was I thinking? I know what the hell I was thinking. I had to grab breakfast, and I needed something to push me through because I didn't sleep well the night before. Well, guess what I grabbed? Biggest cup of
you
coffee.
shouldn't have grabbed.
Exactly. The thing I should not have grabbed in the first place.
Or as you say, in the first place.
In the first place, exactly. What was the sweetest coffee drink you ever had?
The one I
And
just
I'll
said.
ask
Actually, no. There's a place called Scooters. And for a limited time, they had this Oreo blender.
Oh no, that sounds dangerous.
And when I say it would have been good with alcohol, it would have been good with alcohol. Because that was too sweet.
Now I will ask. I'm gonna hate myself for asking because I'm gonna start drooling. What was in it?
So it came with it's 2 shots of espresso, mocha, crushed up Oreo pieces.
Oh boy.
A little bit of vanilla flavoring because of that vanilla filling. And they blended it with ice and basically it was basically like a milkshake with coffee.
Oh goodness. Goodness gracious. Hey, Sick, how did you kill the coffee habit? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to do it, I'm doing it. Like George said a moment ago, I had to get through the day and I grabbed the one thing I should not have.
Here's the thing. I made the switch to white monsters and like just general 0 sugar monsters not too far back.
Okay.
And honestly, Gamer Sup's monster, as long as you get the 0 sugar stuff, it's not that bad.
Okay.
For your age, I would not recommend Monster.
No.
At all.
I actually tried Monster only once. And it backfired.
Because I'm in my 20s, Monster doesn't really do too much to me. But when you get to your age, Monster does a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here's what happened. The only time I tried Monsters, I had to drive home during the night from Indianapolis, Indiana, back home to Chicago. I knew I was not going to make it the entire drive without some sort of caffeine push. So I stopped at a Speedway, and someone suggested a Monster to me. I had to pull over and sleep for about 30 minutes. It backfired. Bad.
Here's the thing with Monster. It's kind of a delayed release type thing. It doesn't really get you immediately. It takes about like 5-10 minutes to really seep into your system.
Okay.
While GamerSups, the reason I swapped to GamerSups for the longest time, I still do GamerSups. It's just I haven't ordered any in a long time.
Okay.
Is because you kind of just gauge how much caffeine you want. If you don't really want too much caffeine, you can have not too much caffeine and still have some decent flavor. If you want a lot of caffeine, you could do 3 scoops. I don't recommend 3 scoops because that's 300 milligrams of straight caffeine.
300 milligrams of caffeine, yeah.
But I never crashed. With Monster, I crashed. With coffee, I crashed like I just did because I had coffee this morning.
Oh boy.
With GamerSups, I never really had that crash. I just kind of slowly went into this small like power down, but it's not really a power down. It's just going back to normal. He said, I replaced coffee tea with almond/rice milk as well as plenty of water. I don't mess with soy milk.
No, I've never had soy milk.
Soy has this weird aftertaste to me.
It's plastic. To me, it tastes like plastic.
It's just this weird aftertaste that I just can't get behind at all.
Damien again.
Oh, if you're talking about while I'm on the highway, absolutely, I'm crashing. I'll just hear, it's a deep ball to left field and the Twins win the game.
Tell everybody that story, please. I know you told me, but tell everybody that story.
Okay. Are we talking about the Royals story where we went to the actual Royals game?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like I've told this like 1,000 times on the show, but I don't think Damien's heard this. So
no, I don't think he has.
We went to a Royals game and we watched, I don't think it was a playoff game because it was me, Drake, who was one of my best buds, and the great Fatino, Blake Hammock.
Yes.
We I don't remember who we played. I think it was for Gamers Night we watched us play the Twins, but that game I think it was against the White Sox.
Oh no.
We won that game by like a long shot. There was no chance we were losing that game at all. But we're driving. It's still winter. It's just now getting into winter, so we had some pretty heavy snowfall. We're driving. We stop at a gas station. I get myself a beverage. I get myself a Baja Blast and some. Those dips, chocolate pretzels.
Yes.
Oh, I got white chocolate dips pretzels. Because I needed sweet and I needed salty, and I didn't want sour candy.
Right.
Actually, I did get some sour candy. I didn't get Sour Patch Kids. I got Trolleys. I got dips, chocolate pretzels, and I got a Baja Blast. But then also I got a bottle of water because I was dehydrated.
Yes.
Blake got 3 Monsters. He got the Zero Ultra. He got the Blue Hawaiian, and then he got this pink one. I think it's called Strawberry Dreams. But he got 3.
Yeah, what in the hell?
And then he also got some Swedish Fish.
Oh no, Swedish Fish.
Drake got a Dr. Pepper, and another Dr. Pepper. That was all he got. He basically just got 3 Dr. Peppers.
He got 3 Dr. Peppers
because the gas station was running a sale. It was like buy 2 get 1 free.
I've taken advantage of a few of those kind of sales. Go on.
We leave the gas station. We're supposed to turn at this light, but there's cops there blocking the road. I was like, well, shoot. Oh wait, no, this wasn't a Rose game. This was
Chiefs.
I believe Texans Chiefs playoff game.
Yeah, Chiefs. Had to be a Chiefs game.
Because that's the only time that road's blocked off. When it's a Royals game, that road's never blocked off.
Right.
So we're driving home.
Lefty Gear says, just liked your channel. I appreciate that. Go on.
So that's a message that pops up when they press like on the shorts when they're going through shorts.
Okay.
But we're driving and we take a right turn. This is the middle of winter. This big snowstorm just swept through Topeka, Manhattan, Kansas City, St. Louis, Illinois. It also hit Gary, Indiana.
Okay.
We were. You remember that big snowstorm?
I do.
And the roads were remotely clear.
Remotely being the operative void.
There wasn't a lot of ice patches, but we were forced to turn into this neighborhood road because the GPS is screaming at us too. Because we have to get on I-235, I think it is.
Okay.
To get onto the interstate so that we can get on the exit to I-70. We're driving and Drake hits a wrong turn. He takes a right. So now we have to double back, almost hit a car.
Oh boy.
And then we're now back cruising. So I'm sitting there, I'm eating my pretzels, drinking on my water. Blake sipping on a Monster. He's got the 2 other Monsters in the back. I think he was sipping on the Strawberry Dreams.
Yeah.
Munching on the Swedish Fish. Drake he's still kind of tired.
Yeah.
So he's just watching the road. And he was like, I don't know what's going through his mind, but in the words of myself, he thundercuts the gas.
Thundercuts the gas.
And we're now doing 60 in a residential area.
Oh dear. Why? Why, Blake? Why?
It wasn't even Blake, it was Drake driving.
Oh, it was Drake who did that.
Drake hits the gas. And we've already been laughing this whole time because Blake got drunk.
Blake got drunk.
Because Blake got drunk. I was tipsy. Because I had gotten this hot chocolate that I thought was just normal hot chocolate, honestly.
Nope. It wasn't.
Of course, I'm 21, but
I
was 21 at the time, but I thought it was just normal hot chocolate. You know, I was like, why is this hot chocolate so damn expensive? It's because it had Fireball in it.
I was gonna say it was spiked.
It had Fireball in it, and that thing was dangerously good. It tasted like a normal peppermint cinnamon hot chocolate. That tasted amazing.
Yeah, give me this button here. I don't know if I still have it. Why does it taste expensive? You think it was a normal hot chocolate?
I think I could go back at my transaction at Zura and see that it was like $15
for a hot chocolate. That you
for hot chocolate, and I didn't think a thing of it. I was like, oh, that's maybe because he was just walking up the stands. You know, maybe that's that tax. You know, maybe that goes to him.
Nope. That's was spiked.
It was spiziked. And you know, and Blake is behind me. He's a little younger than me. And he's like, you know, you just buy alcohol, right? I was like, no. He said, yeah, that has Fireball in it. I was like, it does? Keep in mind, I had never had a sip of alcohol.
Right.
On my
Right.
21st birthday, I did not have alcohol, which is a shocker for a lot of the older folks. They probably had a beer on their 21st. But
which I did.
I'm over here, and the thing is, I still drink it because it was good. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
let Blake, who is the lightest of lightweights when it comes to alcohol.
I already know I'm a light.
Actually, no, Blake is older than me. He had already had a beer.
Uh-huh.
And he had a little sip of that alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's hard liquor, it hits you a little bit harder.
Yeah, it does.
But for some reason, when I drank it, because after he had his sip, I chugged the thing. It had no effect on me. I was so shocked. I'm like over here, I'm walking through the concourse, and it's not hitting me.
Right.
And I'm like, are we sure that was spiked, or did I just get scammed out of some good hot chocolate? Because I wasn't really complaining. It was good. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of affects me once you get in the car, because it's like my mind isn't entirely clear.
Yeah.
I could tell that I'm a little tipsy.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to know how I know Blake was drunk? Because he had that laugh. We talked about this before. He had that
I was gonna say that high pitched laugh when I was letting Joel Embiid.
So back to the car, because we're past our time and I gotta get this story done. As we're going 60, a mound of ice pops up.
Oh, no.
And I scream, Drake! And we hit that thing and catch air and land hard.
Oh boy.
And I had to step out the car because that man Blake was having his Joker laugh. I'm sitting there laughing. And of course, we're having a good time, but still, I was concerned about Drake's car.
Yep.
We come to find out a day later that his alignment was skewed. It was bad.
Mm-hmm.
And he fucked up one of his rims.
Oops.
So we made it home safe, but Drake unfortunately paid the price, because you got to pay attention to hazards on the road. That's the moral of the story. Pay attention to hazards on the road, ladies and gentlemen, especially after a historic snowstorm.
Especially coming from a playoff game. Oh, jeez.
We got to get out of here.
Yep, we got to get out of here. Tomorrow we'll have more results from the women's tournament. We'll set you up for the Sweet 16 there. Baseball's on the way, so we'll talk a little baseball. Hockey is here also, and they're heading toward the playoffs. Give you all of that and then some. Until tomorrow, have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move, and always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope y'all are too. See you tomorrow, and so long, everybody. Ain't no way you can make me like licorice. I hated it as a kid, and I hate it now. out.